You're listening to the 212 Roundtable Podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, and Google Podcasts, as well as Apple Podcasts. Be sure to leave a review and subscribe. You can also find the Brew Club at 212.beer. That's the number 2, the word 12.beer. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching 212 Brew Club. Now on to the show.
Welcome to another episode of the 212 Roundtable. Today we are doing, are we doing a two-part series?
Yeah, it's a two-part. This is episode 1.
So this is episode...
Part one.
Yeah, this is not episode 1, but this is part 1 of a two-part series we're doing about Bourbon County Stout. So as always, I am Brandon Winninger, and with me is...
Tony Golick.
I
made it a song.
Yeah. It almost sounded like Ron Burgundy. I'm Tony Golick. So this episode is actually pretty cool. I had a friend. I still have a friend.
He's not our friend. He's not your friend after this.
Well, he's not here anymore. Because we are doing this way in the future. We already have done this party. A
while ago.
Yeah. So my friend Pat had done a party. He loves Bourbon County, and he wanted to empty his cellar, per se. His cellar being his refrigerator, which is completely fine in our standards. So he wanted to do that and invited me, and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to invite Tony, and let's do a podcast. So we did that. It did not finish the way we wanted it to. So there's actually 3 separate parts to this kind of. So we invited Pat back. You'll hear that at the end of the episodes. We invite Pat back, and we actually invite another guest back who, to kind of round the whole thing out. And I think it worked out really well.
This has been a very long journey for Bourbon County, which I feel is appropriate because Bourbon County itself takes a long time to be ready every year here in Chicago from Goose Island. And we got to drink a whole bunch of Bourbon County in the process. So.
That we did.
Not that we don't already kind of do that with friends and the Brew Club, but it was it kind of gave a special meaning to it, and I think everything turned out pretty great. Forewarning: this first part, this week's episode, we did record this at a party, and we did record this pretty much in the beginning stages of the podcast. So please forgive any edits that might sound weird. There is a live party going on because Pat brought us over, and he invited his friends over, and throughout the whole episode, people come in and out, and they talk about their experiences with Bourbon County. So it was an experiment for us, especially for so early on with this. So I'm looking forward to getting this out here finally. Sorry, Liz.
Yeah, and I think the party was a good thing. Mm-hmm. And it was fun for us just because, we got to ask questions and, kind of start conversations with people. Yeah. So that was a good way to start learning, I guess, I don't want to say how to live podcast, but just, the whole questioning aspect. So it was a fun thing. So I'm really excited for everybody to kind of hear it. The comparison between what you're hearing now versus, I would think probably the last 2 episodes, I think we've progressed a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot different. And we even gave ourselves a test with the last episode, the St. Patrick's Day episode, of just trying to do it all in one take on the one mic, which I thought turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're good at the one take thing.
No. What do you guys think?
Yeah. So I think, and I'm umming. So I think we could do that again for future episodes.
Yeah, something to
for us. It's got to be something specific and not having varying topics or people with different opinions. So if we ever come up with something again where it's something succinct that Tony and I can talk about, then it'll probably just be a one mic episode.
Yeah, or if there's one guest that we know the 3 of us can sit there and have a conversation and get through it without many edits and pauses and stuff like that, I think we'll totally be able to knock that out. But yeah, so let's get into the party, huh? Oh, also, we are drinking because we're actually brewing tonight. We're brewing Brandon's Shaggy Tail Pale Ale, which I'm super excited to have again, which we've talked about on the episodes, the Pale Ale episode with Kevin. And tonight, Brandon's been kind enough to open up his very last 2011 Bourbon County brand stout. And my first impression, real quick, when I took a sip, was like maple. Like I got maple syrup. And
I did too.
There's no maple syrup in this whatsoever. But man, this is a perfect dessert beer. Because we just had some wings too.
Totally. I love this beer.
Yeah, it'd be like you said. It'd be what kind of people would be if we didn't have Bourbon County while doing this. So
This is true.
all right, well, let's get into it. Brandon, thanks for setting this up again with Pat. It was super cool. And Pat, thank you for coming back or having us, and then coming back to Brandon's house like 9 times to finish the recording of this episode. So let's party down, man. It's party time, right? Is that what the kids say?
Apparently so.
I'm not a kid.
So we're going to take off. We're going to finish some beers, and we're going to finish brewing a beer. And we'll talk to you guys on the next podcast.
See ya!
I thought it would be interesting to do a review with my good friend Pat McHugh, who is also really interested in Bourbon County.
Pat, can you verify that he's...
That's me.
Can you actually verify that you're a really good friend of his? He just said that. I just want to make sure that he's not spitting lies here.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable, yeah.
Came to my wedding, so
I was there. Bachelor party.
I witnessed. Oh, you were at the bachelor party.
Oh, I missed out on that. I was not there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You heard the stories of Pat and the cookies.
Oh, you...
That was me, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sorry.
So I've known Pat for several years, and it was only like a couple years ago that, I mean, I've been really into beer, and like Pat started messaging me about Bourbon County, and I was kind of shocked, and I was like, oh shit, Pat's searching for Bourbon County, and he was like, hey, where'd you get your Bourbon County? Or like, hey, I got some Bourbon County, and I was like, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought finally I could, relate. I could have a nice conversation with you.
Finally, we got something to talk about.
So you guys have nothing else to talk about beforehand?
Well, now it's like, sometimes it's hot dogs and like other stuff,
I like hot dogs.
Oh yeah, this food we like talking about.
Yeah, and tacos and, trolleys.
We can do a whole other episode just based on food. And
We could do a podcast on a trolley. Oh, we should do a trolley podcast.
That's going to be hard to get the right microphone.
But it would also be really messed up just to record that entire experience.
I haven't been a part of any of the trolley stuff.
Do you like tacos?
I love tacos. When I saw that they did that, I was like, that sounds delicious. That sounds like a great time. Do you guys just go to multiple places, right?
Yeah, usually we can make, like in 3 hours, we can make 5 stops. We start at one place, have some tacos, stop at 5 places, and then end somewhere. Hopefully that has tacos with the bar next door, maybe.
This is also interesting because it's my fault. I didn't even think about this aspect, but like maybe we should talk about how did we come up with the taco trolley idea? I mean, I have an idea in my head of how it happened because I was there for the initial conversations. But
That's what you tell me. There's 3 people that say they were there for the initial conversation.
That's what they all tell me. They all tell me they had the idea.
But no, was Natalia there and was
Yes.
was Danny Riston there?
yes.
Okay. Then you're all right.
Story checks out.
We had done, I forget what we had done, but I remember Natalia was the one kind of screaming about, like, you had mentioned, like, oh, we should do, like, a taco trolley. And Natalia, like, blew up and was like, that's a great idea. I remember her just being, like, super excited about it. And, like...
I had never been on a trolley at that point.
Yeah. And Pat was like, well, I'll look into it and see what could happen. And then, like, he went out.
That's what I've been telling people for years, that I get credit for inventing it, but that...
Well, I mean,
Take it.
But I ran with it.
You get credit for running with it and, like,
No,
planning it and setting it up and finding the taco places. And, like, that's kind of, like, your thing every year. Like, he goes out and researches new taco places.
So you
like,
organize it.
Yeah.
February and March, there's a lot of research, which adds 5 or 10 pounds every year.
It doesn't sound like a terrible thing, though.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm trying to lose weight in February and March, but I mean, if for the benefit of taco trolleys,
I would like to make a business out of it, and then
not a terrible idea.
we could like tax deduction for all these tacos.
Yeah, right?
that's what we're hoping to do with the podcast. If we can make this into a business, that would be great.
Yeah. A taco deduction.
Can we drink some of it?
Yes.
I already took a sip. Sorry, guys.
So while we're talking about tacos, which we don't have, which we probably should have just brought some tacos just to kind of like...
that would have been good.
We got pierogi coming.
Oh
Oh
you
my
know,
god,
even better.
I love pierogies. My dad.
So-
Real quick, can I just say something? My dad, sorry, who's Polish.
Your dad's Polish?
My dad's Polish. He, growing up, made pierogies all the time for us.
These are homemade.
That's awesome. I just learned how to make pierogies last year. He finally showed me. I finally asked him to do it. Yeah. So we had some fun with pierogies, so I'm excited about that.
The idea with the podcast was not to talk about pierogies, but to talk about Bourbon County. I had brought a 2012 Bourbon County, which I also think that Pat probably had laying around here, but I brought one. It's been...
2013 was the earliest I had.
Oh, so this is a 2012. This has been cellared for probably the moment I got it. Got sat in a cellar, so...
It's looking 6 years.
Yeah.
Because it's 2019, yeah. So you contributed something. Very good.
That's good.
Nothing fades. So... And I'm assuming because people who will listen to this show in the beginning are going to be friends and family and other people who know. Like, we're all in Chicago and we're all familiar. Most of us are familiar with Bourbon County.
Going down.
Yeah, no, it is honestly the only barrel-aged beer, any aged beer that I've ever had that doesn't suck after. If you were to hold on to this beer till Black Friday this year, that's 7 years, and I think it would still be just as good.
You're saying after a period of time, everything else is...
Yeah, there's certain beers, like we've got another guy in the brew club. Do you know Ron?
No, he doesn't know Ron.
Ron has a giant cellar, and we're trying to do this thing where he wants to kill his cellar. He's got so much beer that it's obnoxious. I mean, he's got shelves, like giant plastic shelves, filled with all these beers, and he's got a bunch of Bourbon County as well. We did a thing. He had a case of 2012 Bourbon County that we were mixing them. Anyway, we were putting them in a French press, adding stuff to it to make like variants of it. If you've never done that,
we've done that a lot.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I need to get invited to some of your parties.
You are more than welcome to come to that because he wants to empty the cellar. The problem with that, some of the beers have just turned, like they're oxidized. They didn't hold up. You can probably hold on to it for a year. And my feelings on the whole aging beers, I'm not interested really anymore. Except for Bourbon County in particular.
They said 5 years. I mean, that's what it says on the label, right?
Yeah.
Up to 5 years is all. And so my 2013 are the oldest ones I have, and I figured this is a good time to drink them up then. But they're not gonna. It's not saying it's gonna get worse. It's just saying it's maybe not gonna change and not get.
Nothing else is gonna develop.
And who knows if there's a.
I just turned your computer on. Sorry,
that.
my thumb hit your space bar. Your computer's on. I know everything
There's
about your life
no
now.
adult websites.
Not well. I can check your history. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the beers that just kind of hold up to aging. That's kind of where I was going with that.
Yeah, like I have a pretty.
As I knock at the door.
I have a pretty good collection around the corner of some Death Star. And like variants.
Oh yeah,
those hold up. I feel like as well. Yeah.
What Pat is doing tonight is having a Bourbon County night.
Yeah.
Got people coming over, joining in on the Bourbon County-ness of the night.
Can't wait to hear how this all plans out when I have to edit it. This is going to be great. I'm very excited about that.
How did you what do you remember? How you initially got into Bourbon County?
Yeah, I do. So I think
was a definitive.
Yeah,
yes,
I think it probably was 2013, but so it comes out on Black Friday, and I think it was probably the summer of 2013. I can look it up, but it was at the Goose Island block party. They had it, and I remember my friend, because I talk about it, because he still doesn't like it to this day. Chris Costello, Janine's husband, they went and got a beer at the festival, and they both tried it, and they're like, "No, what is this? This is horrible." And I tried it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's weird." And then I kept sipping it, and I think by the end of the night, I was like, "Okay, wait, I think I like this."
Was that the first block party or this? It was around that time they started the block party. I don't know if it was the year prior or that year.
Haven't they been doing that for a while?
They've been doing it for a while now, yeah.
Well, yeah.
In 2013, yeah, I'm not sure when.
Yeah, because I remember, I went to, I think it was the first one I went to, and it was free at the time.
You want to try this?
No camera.
No, just the.
So you could just win, tickets to go in there. What you're drinking is a 2012 Bourbon County.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Do you mind being on this?
No, not at all.
You can just stand here in front of the mic.
You'll have to sign a waiver in a little bit.
Hey, guys.
What's your name?
You can introduce yourself.
Hey, my name's Sam, and I am here for some beer drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam, I'm Tony.
Hi, Tony. Good
Nice
to meet you.
Pat and I have only met twice.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't
I'm
recognize
Brandon.
you.
I think
I
we've
know
met
you.
before.
We met on a trolley.
Yeah.
We just went over the trolley, which I need to be a part of.
Yeah.
So, I think I was at that same 312 block party, and I had a wristband.
I have pictures.
Yeah, so do I. And I swear they came up this September, like in my memories on Facebook. The Goose Island rep at the time was repping Fishman's, and she gave me like the all access pass, and we were going in and
What does
getting
all access pass get you at?
Bourbon County, like all you could pour Bourbon County. Like it was
Whoa.
at that time, it was just like just go in there and they were pouring
It's like
Bourbon
the
County.
VIP thing, yeah.
And that's when I got a picture of like John Hall, like the original John Hall, like the creator of Bourbon County.
Not the clone John Hall who now walks the earth. The real John Hall. No.
Have you read that book?
I've not. Do you talk about the Bourbon County
There's
book?
a documentary
Yeah.
on YouTube you can watch if you want to spend an hour watching a documentary on. But I have one of these left over from.
Oh, one of the actual old coins or the wooden tokens, whatever.
But I guess you can bring it into Fulton and get a.
Probably.
beer
And get a
whenever
drink.
you want.
I still have one. I have one from 2 years ago from Prop Day.
So what they used to do before that, it was literally like a flattened 312 cap. It was a 312 beer cap that they would just hand out, and you would just go and like turn that in for beer. And then the first 2 years I went, I'd end up getting some VIP pass, and we'd just go in, and it was like I didn't need the coins, and I would just be like, hey, here I am.
Is that how you said it too?
Yeah,
Here I am.
kind of. You know, at that point you're like drinking Bourbon County and whatever. Like,
Wait, so I got something to say about this.
yeah.
I agree with you. That it's not as smooth as I thought it was going to be. I thought that was
hot. It's kinda hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that
Sorry
was
we didn't save any for you.
But no, I tried it.
Oh.
I tried it. No, you're good.
But I thought it was supposed to kind of mellow out over. No, it's supposed to get.
Yeah, it's supposed
Does
to.
actually the alcohol content change?
I don't know if it's
or-
supposed to mellow or not. All I know is that it normally like develop. It's like the flavors meld together.
But that's what people say is like the heat is supposed to like dissipate, but it does not with this one. First sip I had was like I felt a little bit of a burn.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's right. It's almost
workout.
like spicy. Like it's like someone puts.
It's a
Put some hair
workout.
on your chest.
It's a
Come on.
workout, but the opposite. It's just packing on the calories. It's like I'm coming for you.
Hair
you know?
and calories, both.
So you're a fan of Bourbon County as well?
I am.
assuming
I'm
that's
not
why
as
you should.
much as he is and some of the other people that are coming, but I
They
don't mind
did
drinking
send
it.
me pictures from not this past year, but a year and a half ago. Her and Liz, who's coming, sent me pictures, taunting me from the Goose Island block party because I had to be somewhere.
You were at a wedding.
The old dick swinging picture.
You had life.
and we were holding his picture on the phone and then each holding a beer. Took a picture. Yeah.
That sounds like something
Or
you
mean.
would do to each other.
Yeah.
Glad we didn't do
Totally.
that.
I finished mine, you know. 'cause
So you're a fan of
I'm a
Bourbon County
degenerate.
as well.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the countertop over
Like the
here.
collection of
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of that so that when
Yes,
we
it
actually
needs to go
finish
up.
this episode and it goes up, people can understand why this is happening. It's not
And
just
this one?
some of
What?
us standing around with a couple of the 16-ounce bottles. I mean, this goes.
This is
You've got some that
legit.
go back pretty far. You got the 4-packs on there.
Oh, wow,
so
look
that's
at
good.
this.
And the bottle of rare. Oy. Have you guys had rare before?
I have, and
I don't
I think it was after I bought this, and then I'm like, yeah, it's good, but not worth what I
And this
paid.
was
Right.
2015, it looks like.
So I just
Which is dangerous. I think.
revisited this bottle when I had it with Ron. To preface this, we also just drank a shit ton of other barrel-aged beers beforehand. Then we got to this, and this stood out the most to me as what I really enjoyed. I do enjoy rare, and it is not so rare anymore because this is the original rare was in the green box.
Yep.
And Ron still has one of those.
And I've had the original.
I'd pay $50 for that bottle.
What year was the original?
2000. I want to say 9 or 10.
Yeah, 9 or 10. It was or I don't know.
I actually think it was.
Who cares? We don't need to have facts. It's a podcast. People
So-
just believe us.
No. So I think 2010 was the original rare because I think it came out the same time as the original vanilla.
That one I never had.
At this point, I mean, it's been so long, it's hard to compare. Like, I can't say, like, oh, I remember what that tastes like.
I do remember the first time I had. I think one of the proprietors was a vanilla. Those are empty boxes. Damn it!
Oh,
What's this?
teasing us.
But
Which one's this?
I remember there was one with
17
vanilla
is my favorite.
in it that I'm like, I've had beer and vanilla or vanilla and beer before, and I was like, that's too much. It's
Did
like
you-
sweet and it's
Did you have this year's
dessert
vanilla?
like. Yeah, I
Did you
felt
like
like
it?
it was a little much.
It was definitely a like. If you don't like vanilla, don't drink it.
Yeah.
I love vanilla, and the first sip I took,
It was just real dessert. Like I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
do more than a tasting of
the
it.
first sip. I ended up. I think it was split between three of us. The first sip I had was kind of disjointed. It was like drinking vanilla extract, and then there was Bourbon County, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. I don't know why people are saying, wow, it's a whole bunch of vanilla. Then after a while, it reminded me of like a burnt marshmallow that you take off the campfire. Or if you're like me, growing up in an apartment and didn't go camping, which I did, that's a lie. But in the winter, when you're a fat kid and you still want s'mores, you put it on top of the stove and you toast it like that. That was a long explanation to get to what a toasted marshmallow tastes like. Where did we leave off originally? We were talking about prop and vanilla.
Can we talk about camping?
Yeah, we can talk about camping.
Talk about camping.
The first time I had Bramble when I was camping.
I've never camped before in my life, but late March, I'm gonna camp.
Really?
I've never spent a night outdoors.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Where are you going?
Peru.
That's pretty.
Not your feature.
Oh, whoa! Okay, so
Well, good night, everybody.
I can't relate to any of that. I was gonna be like, oh, you're going camping, so where in Michigan? Where in Wisconsin? Save one of those Bourbon counties because it'll be great to drink one of those while you're camping. I don't think you can bring it to Machu
Maybe I
Picchu.
could bring it.
So maybe you can.
Oh, this is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
I'm Jordan.
Jordan, I'm Tony.
Nice to meet
Did
you.
We're actually in the middle of recording a podcast.
and you are now a part of
You're
it.
now a part of it. That's okay.
I'm thrilled about this.
You'll have to sign a waiver.
There's no waivers. There's no waivers. That's a lie.
I think you just say cheers with a beer.
The microphones are
That's a
so
waiver.
good that having this amount of people on 3, I think, is okay.
Yeah.
But it's really I'm gonna hate editing all of this.
I know.
It's gonna be great.
Especially as people keep coming in and more
Yeah.
things are happening.
We're basically just talking about our experiences with Bourbon County.
We'll probably be talking about beer all night.
What are you sipping on right now?
So that was a 2012 Bourbon County.
Can we drink more beer? Can we open
Yes.
it?
Yeah, so if
What's
you have
the
another
next
one you want to
thing?
open in? Or
He's got no beer in this house, so.
There's no beer here.
I want to make a dealer's choice.
I'm
So
only Bourbon County, and you probably have had these,
Oh, I
but
love Dragon's Milk too.
it's their bourbon barrel stout. So
No, Dragon's Milk is, and that's more commonly available at bars. Yeah. Oh yes, should we drink that one?
What is that? What is that?
That's
Coffee?
So that's not going to be good, right?
No, it'll probably suck.
2014.
It'll probably be good. The coffee, well, didn't you and I have a coffee one?
That's the one I sent you, but it was a 2013. You told me not to bring it because you had it.
What's this?
14. Should have brought the 13.
You fucked up. Big
Do it.
time.
We're doing it.
I also thought they were going to be, the older ones were going to be more syrupy. I think I had one that was pretty old before.
We got a couple more glasses, so
You have
let's
to sign
let
away.
the folks enjoy.
is it live or?
No.
Not yet.
No, that's what it's actually not live.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pick and choose what everybody's saying. Like, I'm going to totally just make us all sound like jerks.
Nice.
Right?
Do you want us to say some certain statements so you can like plug us in later?
Yeah, just throw in random words that I could turn into like things that are very
Funny.
make you sound shitty.
Jordan.
What is your? You can step up to the mic if you'd like, just a little closer. You don't have to get too close. We can still hear you. What's
Thank you.
what's your experience with Bourbon County? How far
Outside
back
of
does it go? For you?
drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't explain you were going to be
Other
so
people.
No, this is cool.
So yeah, we just want to know like how
Cool
people,
guess.
how people like what you like about it and what your first experience was with it.
And if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to either.
Yeah.
Very private.
I actually didn't know.
The first sip was very emotional, and
I cried a little bit. Holy shit, this smells good.
It
My
does.
life hasn't been the same since I took my first sip. Of
no,
bourbon.
Oh my god.
I actually don't know what year it was. It's lost in the mist.
Back in my day.
But no, I mean, I do remember hearing about it quite a while ago and going, ooh, that sounds good. Always with the release date being over Thanksgiving and being tied up in the suburbs with my family, it was always one of those things where I never thought I would actually get to it. And then I remember coming across it at someone's birthday party, and they had brought like 2 bottles, and it was this coveted little tasting in the corner of a kitchen in a crowded birthday party in a far too warm apartment.
I've been to that.
Yeah, that's
Party,
mostly
yeah.
how I do it too. I find the people at the party who are like know about this and are interested.
Got this, you guys. Yeah. I
I
think we've been
mean,
there.
it was very exciting. We were like, yeah, let's go over there. You know?
Yeah. It's
So
It's like in the 80s. All of a sudden, like everyone's doing cocaine, and they're like, "We'll just go in the corner and not tell anybody. It's just Bourbon County."
I mean, I was
Yeah.
kind of hoping it was going to be in a bathroom stall or something.
Yeah.
But no, I remember tasting it and being really excited because at that point I had always been kind of an equal opportunity drinker in the sense that, sure, you know, clear, brown, yellow, whatever, drink it down, it's all delicious. But I was always worried because I'm not a coffee lover. In fact, I really dislike the flavor of coffee, and
Why
so
are you drinking that?
a lot of stouts like turn me off because it's just
strong coffee.
punch in your mouth, and but a lot of stouts also have that great chocolatey chewiness to their flavor and texture, which
Yeah.
I look forward to. I've got a close friend who his favorite.
Sorry, Pat, you don't have to walk away and cheer. We all know this is a recording. It's okay. Whatever happens, happens.
But no, my friend's favorite beer is oh my goodness, where's it going? Oh, Hermes. Sorry. No, my
Favorite beer.
I'll edit it. Don't worry. It's gonna full sentence. You'll be
It'll
great.
be nice and smooth.
Exactly.
Just like this beer.
Ooh, now I'm not gonna edit it because that was a good line.
Wait, you're going to talk about your favorite beer?
Just put that in
No,
random.
no, no.
What are you
You know,
talking
certain
No,
places.
You want to talk about Hermes?
Yeah, a little bit about Hermes. But no, Hermes, his favorite beer is a little known Irish stout. You may have
I'm not familiar with Irish stouts.
It's one that's brewed in Dublin and yep. Okay. Anyways,
Starting with
Wait,
Guinness.
Are we going to talk about Guinness?
Yes. Yeah, we're talking about Guinness.
Can I talk about Guinness too?
Hold on, I want to hear
So
the
no, I was
Tell
just saying.
your story,
So he always loved Guinness, and it was always readily available. And I was always, it's good, but it always was too easy to drink. It was always too smooth, too watery, and
That was the way you felt?
Yes.
You're one of the first people that I've ever heard say that, because everybody that talks about Guinness the first time that I talk to someone about Guinness, they're like, so heavy, it's like drinking a loaf of bread.
no, I always
God,
wanted like
no.
a really thick, like oatmeal style stout with like a spoon to kind of just like slurp it up. And
Yeah.
just-
Yeah,
and
stout right
Guinness
there.
is kind of like the Bud Light of Ireland. You know, it's very, very
Yeah,
light.
right, exactly.
it's true.
And it's super low calorie, and
Yeah.
it's they're light, like it's a light beer.
They
And
do
so
say
when I
it's-
came
but
across,
don't they have an advertisement that says like it's a meal?
healthy.
it is a meal.
Yeah.
It has everything you need.
Yeah, but that was like also one was like Guinness is healthy for you, where it's just like bad advertising.
But,
All those posters are lied.
But so, anyways, with Bourbon County, when I tasted it, I was like, "Oh, this is really good." It has like that richness, that complexity that I was really excited about, and I began to kind of seek it out, and was unsuccessful for quite some time. And then
It was tough for a while.
Yeah, no, probably about 2014 or 2015, I began finding rogue bottles left over at a liquor store here
Dust
or there.
them off a little bit.
No. There was no dust on these things. If they had dust, they were selling them for like $150, $200.
Yeah, way more money than yeah.
So no.
I
So
just took the $30 label off of this.
I want you guys to know.
yeah, I remember my girlfriend was looking at the beer shelf recently and went,
You don't take the.
"Do you want to?"
you
Well,
don't
no.
take the price tags off your
I
beer?
took price tags off the beer.
You haven't learned yet?
But she was looking at some of the bottles. She's like, "Are these new?"
What?
No,
No.
these have always been here. I just
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
moved
yeah.
things around a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
But-
the party can start.
Yeah.
Finally.
It was fantastic because I've got a problem now.
Yeah.
I've got a small stash growing and
Welcome to the club.
Yeah,
Club
we were
degenerates.
just going. I mean, obviously that's why we're here
I'm
talking
trying to
about
get
it.
rid of my stash.
Yeah, we have other friends who are in our brew club as well who are trying to get rid of their collection. And I just have you can dig, just go straight. Nice. And I don't
I put the whole chip in your mouth, so
you have to go in you actually have to go in the bathroom, into the shower, and
Oh, is that the shoe mic?
that's the mic where we want to make sure you hear everybody chew.
Definitely
Yeah.
keeping that audio.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Yeah, we were going over like how much Bourbon County everybody has, and everybody kind of pretty much just go through it at this point. But it's still nice to I've got 5 years of it with my brother-in-law.
right. I mean, and while it's nice to collect, it's better to drink. And
Yeah, right.
it's one of those things where it's I look at it and go, I don't know if I really should be collecting this financially speaking. I mean,
Is it something to collect or something just to drink?
That's what I tell my wallet every time I buy
That's what I was starting to
Bourbon
think
County.
about.
I'm like, I don't know if I should have you, but I got you. So
It was either this party or I was gonna start selling stuff, and I don't know if like people are buying things on the.
I don't know.
I can help
Like
you.
older ones, yeah.
Let's look on Craigslist.
There is still a
your
regular
lawn mowed
and
for
a
some
brandy
Bourbon County?
wine over at the Foremost. I just walked past and I took a peek in. They're sitting on their.
They just start raising the price.
all right, we're gonna move the podcast over to the foremost. No,
For real?
This is for real. I'm Tony.
This
Hey,
podcast
Tony.
is brought to you
I'm
by.
Carrie.
Nice to meet you.
Susan, good to
Susan,
see you.
nice to meet you.
welcome to the Air Podcast.
Oh, this is awkward.
You're gonna drink some Pat Air from
Ooh,
Pat's
delicious.
apartment.
No, sorry.
It's 2013.
Yes,
delicious.
it's a 2013 Air.
2013.
Pat finally exhaled and allowed everybody to.
Do you
Like bagel bites.
Yes.
Sure. What
that
person
too? But do you drink Bourbon
She
County
does not
Stout?
drink.
Yes, I'll drink the Bourbon County Stout. That's
Okay.
I
You'll
generally
have
drink
one
more
or
hoppy beers, and that's my jam. So, but that's fine. I'm open, right? It's winter. It's really cold.
You know,
That's what-
today's
Right.
the perfect day.
I don't normally have parties inside my house because it's not that big, but like I have a nice backyard, so I have more summer parties, and summer parties are not a good time to drink Bourbon County Stout, and so that's why I have this large collection here.
When Brandon said you were doing this, we were like, what can we make this more fitting than to set up 3 microphones in your house and record everybody talking? Right? That's the only thing that makes sense. I think we're reaching maximum velocity. Velocity, not
Is
velocity.
this like just supposed to be like people like at a party? Like,
Kind
So-
of, no.
So again,
We're gonna play this. I keep hitting your space bar. I'm sorry. Everyone's gonna see the
likely
porn
be,
history.
Wait, back to me. Can we talk about me for a little bit? So, like, can I talk about my beer history?
Yes.
Also, while somebody puts these
kind of the
in
point.
I like the priority was, can someone open up the bagel bites and get those in the oven? ASAP?
I'm gonna get a pan, so there's gonna be some pan noises while I talk about.
pants first.
That was perfect.
this is definitely going.
That's all staying on.
It's gonna be our star podcast right here.
So, like, I
I was gonna start
initially,
banging on the piano.
when I first started drinking, I wasn't really interested in beer at all. Like, in my 2 favorite, I was more into whiskey. And then beer, mostly I liked Guinness and Bud Light were my 2 favorite beers because they were like,
The lightest of
they
lights.
didn't taste like beer.
Yeah.
Bud Light because it tastes like water, and Guinness because it tastes like something else.
Dark roasty water.
I mean, I guess that's beer, but but not like.
tasted like something else. Correct.
And so that's why I think stouts have always been my right. But then I grew out of Guinness because, like Jordan was saying, like it's
It's a good beer. It's a starter beer.
But I still like Guinness.
Not bad.
I still enjoy Guinness.
You can
But
confess
it's
anything.
there's like a lot of bad Guinness out there.
Yes. Yeah,
I like High Life.
I feel like
I mean, I
so
drink
many,
Miller Lite when I watch football.
so many people carry Guinness now. Like, there's bars you go to, and it's just like shit Guinness because they've had it on for so long, and not so many people drink it, and it's like a.
Well, they're also charging like $6 for a pint of it. Let's go to Christina's place. $3 a pint still.
20 bagel bites, 14 minutes.
That's right.
Okay.
How's that for a free ad?
Yeah,
I'm
but
going
that
to
place is
ask you
still
to step
around.
one little bit
I can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
I can.
Out of the way.
Wait, so what do we
Am I
think
going
about
in
this
here? Am I going
coffee
a lower
one?
bit? Lower.
I liked it at first. The coffee. I smelled like green pepper when I first.
No, this was actually like.
It didn't taste like it though.
No, Pat cellared this well. This was
Good job.
Oh, that's my fear is that all of this is going to be bad because
No.
I have not stored anything correctly.
Do you keep it all in the sun, like in the garage, and just let it, whatever?
He dug a hole in the garage. In the
He
garage.
drives around with it all the time in the trunk. Don't care.
I think it was in like my back storage room for a little while, but I think when
Which
I
is cool back there, right?
it's usually cool. I don't know about dry. Is that am I supposed to keep it dry too, or just cool?
Yeah, I think cool and dry is the idea.
I think when it started to get towards the
Seriously,
summer,
why have
then
it,
I
like,
was like,
turned
oh wait, I
on?
got to keep
That's
this
what
inside
mine
the
does.
house.
No, it was good. I thought it was solid.
It was great.
But you've tasted some poorly stored.
Well, for a 2000, was that 13?
13, right?
Yeah. Like
14.
14, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm out. No, it was good. It tasted
For a
good.
coffee beer that old, that's
Open something.
solid.
I think
14 minutes.
for the moment we should put the pause on it. I don't want anyone to feel like they're on the. They have to like not eat things and not make noise. This
Not
is
belch,
the whole
nothing?
idea. The whole idea wasn't for to host
Yeah.
us here. And we're back, and that was a lie. And I say it was a lie because at the end of that recording, I said we're going to take a break and come back because it was getting pretty crowded there at the party with so many people there. And that, going back and listening to all the beers that we had drank.
And there was a lot.
Yeah, for that recording, that was pretty awesome. And hearing everybody's stories was also great. And there are actually a couple of side recordings that I did that, like Liz, who was there, our friend Liz, she made pierogies. And I remember distinctly at one point going up to her with the microphone and talking about the pierogies. So when we do the mini, like the after whatever episode, we'll talk about that later, the last pour, right? After the last pour, that's what you called it? Yeah, we'll have that episode soon. I'm going to see if I can splice in my conversation about pierogies. Anyway, that was it. That's the end of part one. That is the end of part one of the Bourbon County special here at the 212 Roundtable.
Dude, that party was so fun.
I know.
Why does it have to be over?
I know. We at the end of that recording, we stuck around at least for another hour or so.
Yeah, and
then we got burritos. Oh,
yeah.
Those are
And
burritos.
but our initial intention was to kind of fire up recording again, but the party progressed and it just got louder and it just was not conducive.
We didn't want to. I think we said it at the end of the recording was that. We're not here for the recording. We're here for the party, and we don't want to like make people be quiet and shit like that. It just wouldn't have been.
No, but I think
everybody had fun at what it seemed like.
Yeah, it was an awesome party, and I don't know. Maybe this can become an annual thing when Pat empties his cellar, and we go over there and.
That would be great. Well, Pat also mentioned that he wants to be a part of the French pressing of Bourbon County. So when we finally get around to doing that sometime, I'm not saying I'm Bourbon County'd out, but. We've done a good amount with the 2-episode here for Bourbon County.
Yeah.
2-episode recording. So that's it for this week. Brandon, as always, it's a pleasure doing business with you. What? It's a pleasure recording with you. I'm always having fun with these.
Can I have my wallet bag now?
No, this is my wallet now. And thanks for sharing the 2011 Bourbon County and all the other Bourbon counties. And I'm looking forward. The next episode, we bring back Emil, 212 member. We bring Pat back. And we also bring back Eric from Goose Island, who Eric and Emil were both on the New England IPA episode. And we're going to discuss more Bourbon County. And we actually go through a vertical of Bourbon County minus 2015 because we weren't sure if we had a good 2015.
And just a reminder, this podcast is not sponsored by Goose Island or any other affiliates.
Not at all, but if you guys want to,
But if Anheuser-Busch doesn't want to sponsor us, hey, whatever.
We're going to just Goose Island. You guys want to throw us? I don't know. Anyways,
no, it's fine.
That's it. That's it for this week, and we will see you guys next time here on the 212 Roundtable. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Music for this episode is provided by Fluid Minds. You can find all of Fluid Minds music on iTunes, Spotify, and at fluidmindsmusic.com. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next week. Cheers.